So now I'm sitting there in a puddle of my own sweat.
No.
That is all that is keeping me cold. And my ice water. Oh, wait.
That's not...
I'm going to go. No, I'm not done yet. Oh, I'm going to go.
You're just making
put
things
more
up,
ice.
man.
I'm going to go put more ice in my water bottle.
All right there, Kajang. How be ye?
Good. You?
Excellent, thank you.
Good.
So you tell me today's episode is all light as opposed to our normal dark and...
That's not what I meant. That's
like
not what I meant.
Spooky episodes of just people got to trudge uphill all the way through them.
Not what I meant.
All right.
What I meant by it was a lot of the times, like, for example, last episode we had, not last episode, but the episode before that, you have it as normalizing the molesting of historic graves.
It sounded funny.
And another one is...
all right.
Yeah, you get the idea. This week's episodes are very, like, they don't really have much of kind of a meaning behind it. They're just more fun conversations.
We shall see.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
What?
Let's go, child. Let's go.
Okay, so...
What do you have?
Hi, this is Scout.
Oh, yes. And William.
From Hypermentilating.
The podcast.
A show that follows life and change.
Through the eyes.
Of a father and a daughter. Join us as we find our way.
Together.
Everyone point and laugh.
Oh, okay. It's going to be one of those. I see what you mean by light now. It's going to be infused with insanity. All right.
Alrighty.
Let's do it.
Starting off, first topic of the day is it easy to be patient? Well, you're the dad here, so I'm going to let you start this one off.
Well, I mean, I don't think being the dad has... your patience is tested at this point in your career, too.
I'm pretty patient. Unless it comes to Maddish, I'm pretty patient.
You are. I would say that's true. You are. I would say you are a very patient person.
I mean,
but then there's a distinction between being patient and just sublimating your real feelings, like just sort of pushing down how you really feel.
Yeah.
And inside you're a seething cauldron of impatience, but you don't let anybody know. Like, that's a different thing. If we're talking about truly you're being patient with yourself and with others, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Not faking patience. Because a lot of people fake that. And it's like, oh, look at how patient they are. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
No, they're just waiting to pounce. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's easy to be patient at all. I think patience is something that it has to be learned. I think some people are naturally more inclined to be patient. They're more easily okay with somebody else's tomfoolery. But for most of us, patience needs to be learned.
A lot to do with like how you're brought up, or how you like how school was for you growing up, and like family and that kind of stuff. I think that has a lot to do with how patient kids are.
Definitely.
I think only childs and kids that are more spoiled, I guess, I think are less likely to be as patient as someone who grew up with siblings.
That's probably true.
Someone who
they've never had
was more independent.
Yeah.
Someone who didn't get everything handed to them. I think that you're a lot more inclined to be more patient. Definitely,
because you've had to learn to be patient. You've had to learn to wait your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think you're right. The examples that your parents set for you, if you're a child of an impatient parent or parents, then you're probably more likely to be impatient yourself, right? I think it's definitely a lesson that you're learning. I really do think it's a learned behavior. Like I said at the start, I think you learn to be patient. And some people are predisposed to being patient, and others more so than others. But at the end of the day, almost all of us need to learn to be patient.
Yeah.
It's a skill that you acquire if you want to, right?
Yeah, and I think it also has a lot to do with who you surround yourself with. I think that, like, if you like kids, like if you, like me, I've always loved being around kids. Babysitting is fun for me. Like, I've always loved being around kids. And I think that growing up has helped a lot with patience, because you can't be a babysitter, you can't be around kids, unless you have a certain amount of patience. You just can't be.
For sure. You cannot properly engage a child without being patient. You can't, because they just require patience.
A lot of it.
Yeah.
And I think that usually growing up, the kids that say, I don't want kids, or like, I don't like kids, are almost always the kids that are least patient. That's just out of personal experience. And I've also found that only childs are so much less impatient than...
Or so much more impatient.
Yeah, or so much more impatient than...
Yeah, that's a good point you made.
Your average kid, like your average
So your original
sibling.
question, is it easy to be patient? I would say it's not easy to be patient. It's easy to be patient when you don't care. But in moments when you care, or when you're dealing with kids, say, it can be very trying, very difficult to be patient. So I would say, no, it's not easy. Just because, like, what is patience, right? Patience is not indulging yourself in your immediate feeling, right? Or your immediate opinion. And that's with kids. Kids is the best example because they're so testing of patience. But in life, that's throughout your whole life, people test your patience. And I think that it's can you peacefully stop yourself from getting your opinion in, from making sure that everybody knows how you feel, and let the other person have their opportunity to feel and to be however they have to be. And it's definitely not easy. It's not, I don't think.
No, but I do also think it has a lot to do with your personality. If a kid is like snappy or rude, I think that kid is going to have a much harder time being patient than someone who's kind, intelligent. I think that they're going to have an easier time.
I mean, they go maybe they go hand in hand, right? Like that kind of kindness and generosity with your time and your efforts is sort of predisposes you to patience, I guess.
But then someone who's super kind and super smart, maybe their weakness is patience.
It's circumstantial too, though. Like, think about yourself. You can be extremely impatient. Myself too. We both can be very, very impatient. But then we can also both be incredibly patient. So it's circumstantially. This depends if we want to or not. Because I think it's not easy, because there's times when you just don't want to put in the effort and the energy that patience requires. It's so much easier just to not do it and to let yourself go.
Right.
I think
so too. Yeah.
So I definitely don't think it's easy to be patient. I think it's one of the more difficult things to be. That's why so many people, I think, have a difficult time being parents, because patience is just so hard. Like there's patience, and then there's, like I said at the start, right? There's sort of pushing down your own feelings and pretending you're being patient. Or, for parenting, you asked about parenting, being a dad. Like, the biggest requirement for patience is that you can't walk away. If you're engaging a fool in the store, or somebody in the line is acting the fool, you only need enough patience to get away from them. It's easy to tell. It's easy to tell yourself, don't worry about it, man.
They're not worth it.
2 minutes from now, you won't even know who they were. But with your kid or kids that you're looking after, that's not an option.
No, that's your child.
Yeah. So to me, there's different. Like, not snapping at somebody is not being patient necessarily. That's just waiting until you can get away. Patience is a thing that is over time. So it's over a half an hour, 15 minutes, whatever. But it's a thing that requires you to invest yourself for a period of time. And there's lots of people who can't do it at all.
Yeah.
That have no patience, very little. And even the moments when they're trying to fake it, they're just faking it. Yeah. Like, they're just seething, waiting for their opportunity to leave or to snap.
Yeah, it's exactly. I think it has a lot to do with these things: home life, personality, and whether you can do it or not.
Yeah. Do you find that
I think that patience is not easy I think that patience is difficult for everybody.
Right.
But I also think that some people just aren't capable of it.
It certainly seems to be the case.
Yeah.
Do you find that you're becoming more adept at being patient as you get older?
I think so. I think little by little.
I think so.
I think so too.
I think it's a thing that grows like throughout your whole life. I still think I'm getting better at it in some scenarios and worse in others.
Yeah.
Like I'd
agree.
It's a tricky business. All right, then.
Okay. That's that.
Wrapped up.
Moving on to our next topic. We have... Is the
our
heat...
next light topic.
Yeah. Is the heat or cold better? See, I wouldn't have been able to answer this a couple months ago.
That's
just
true.
Wouldn't
you wouldn't
have.
really, yeah.
That's why, because I've always had it as an idea in my head of something to talk about, but it's really not, it really wasn't something that I could answer. I could be like, oh, the cold's better because it's prettier or something like that.
You still haven't quite banged into like
No,
full-time
but
nasty,
I know
though.
more about
it,
it, like the snow and that kind of stuff. So, everyone always told me before, like everyone was like, oh, you say you like the cold now, but you're not gonna like it, and I was always kind of like, yeah, okay, like, whatever. And I still, honestly, I will always be a cold girl, always. I prefer the cold. I like it better. The snow, I just like how the air feels fresher. But I will have to say, after being in the cold, I can completely understand the people that choose heat now. Completely. I can. Like, I really can. But the thing between the two of them is that if you're in the cold, say November, December of the winter here in Canada.
January, February.
Yeah, but I'm talking about what I've experienced so far.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying November, December.
Right.
Of that,
I'm saying
the beginning of winter.
This is not...
From my experience of the winter, it's... You can bundle up. You can put on like 3 hoodies,
you know what we'll do?
a jacket.
We'll revisit this in in February.
Definitely.
All right.
And you can put on like 3 sweatpants and snow pants and boots and fuzzy socks and go outside with like your face covered up, and you're not freezing.
No.
Like, you're not freezing. You're comfortable.
You gotta dress.
You get hot, you take a layer off.
Yeah.
But the thing is, in the heat, there is nothing you can do.
Yeah, you get down to skin and that's
exactly.
it. Yeah.
You could walk around naked and you'd still be sweating buckets. There is nothing you can do except for air conditioning, swim, or book yourself a ticket to Antarctica. Those are the only things you can do in the heat. Like, that's it.
Yeah, shade, fan.
The shade? Are you joking? You lived in Mexico. The shade is a darker version of the heat.
And I can't wait to go back, man. It's home. Although we are going to go to maybe a different climate.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that, like, comfort-wise, think about it. You're having a day. I'm gonna describe 2 scenarios, okay?
All right.
You're in a cabin, a heated cabin, okay? You're in the woods. You just snowed. Maybe you have a dog, okay? It's a husky. You take him for a walk. You're all bundled up.
Yeah.
Your nose is kind of cold, but for the most part, you're pretty bundled up. You can't, like, you're not cold.
Yeah.
Come inside. You take off your things. The heating's on. You think, oh, I'm gonna lay on the couch and watch a Christmas movie.
Where's this heating coming from?
The cabin.
From what? Electricity?
The generator.
The generator.
And you say, you know what? I'm craving a warm cup of something.
This is starting to smell like a what if.
You make yourself some hot chocolate.
Yeah.
You're nice and cozy and bundled up and you think, okay, what Christmas movie am I going to watch? Home Alone. That's a great movie. You sit down on the couch, look outside the window, snow's falling.
You have TV too?
Yes. It's not out in the middle of the nowhere. It's just a cabin. And the TV's on, you're watching the movie, you're under some blankets, and your dog's all snuggled up next to you. That sounds nice, doesn't it? And then, I'm going to get to sleep early tonight. 9 o'clock, you get in bed, you finish your movie, and boom, you go to sleep. You wake up, oh, look at that, the sun's out, the snow's still there. Okay, scenario number 1. Sounds nice, doesn't it? Scenario number 2. You're in the heat. You're inside your house, sweating with the AC on. You go outside, sweating with no AC on. Those are your 2 options.
You're not sweating with the AC on.
Okay, then you can spend freaking money on air conditioning then. Like...
Okay.
What?
All right. Now I get to play.
All right.
Scenario 1. You're sleeping in a driveway in a motorhome in November in northern Alberta.
Is this also personal experience?
You're wearing all your clothes to keep warm. because it's so freaking cold out.
That's on you.
And you're hoping you don't freeze to death. And so you get a little heater from Walmart in your cabin. What happens when the generator shuts down? And I'm freezing. Oh, I'll throw on the fire. Oh, I don't have a fireplace. Oh, I do have a fireplace. Yeah. Oh, I don't have wood.
Then you go outside and get wood.
Oh, I can't. Everything's wet. I can't chop down any dry. I can't get any wood.
Then you
what
put
am I
on
gonna
all
do?
your clothes.
Oh, I'll start burning the furniture. Scenario 2. You're in, I don't know, let's call it Puerto Vallarta, where it's hot all the time.
Yeah, it's gross.
And you're in your house that's made out of concrete because it's brilliant. They make the houses out of concrete, which keeps the heat out and the cold, blah, blah, blah. It's a perfect way to make a house. The utility of it is off the charts. And you're in your house and you don't have AC and it's 100 degrees outside, but you got the fan going and you don't have windows open. You're keeping the heat out. And you know what? It's not too bad because it went down to 70 in the night. So the house is okay. It's hotter in the top floors, but it's not bad. And you sit there and you think to yourself, you know what? All I need is water. As long as I have water, I won't die. Whereas cabin boy in the middle of nowhere in the winter is a couple hours from death.
Well, you know what? Have you clearly then haven't awoken in the night, laying in bed, your cover's on, your fan was on all night, you wake up, why is the fan off? Why is it so humid and gross and sticky and raining outside and there's no electricity? That's why my fan's off. So now I'm sitting there in a puddle of my own sweat. No. That is all that is keeping me cold. And my ice water. Oh wait, I'm gonna go. No, I'm not done yet. Oh, I'm gonna go.
You're just making things up, man.
I'm gonna go put more ice in my water bottle.
And then, you know what?
The freezer is stopped working because there's no electricity.
You sit there and you're vaguely uncomfortable and you're thinking, man, this sucks that it's hot. And you know what else you're thinking? But I'm not going to die. And meanwhile, the guy in minus 30 who doesn't have heat anymore, who just woke up at 12 with no heat and it's snowing and he's already burned all of the furniture he can burn, that guy's sitting there thinking, I think I'm going to die.
You've clearly never heard of heat stroke, have you? All I'm saying is that in my scenario, you forgot to mention the part where I had a bunch of clothes. I'll bundle up until I can leave the next day to go back to my actual home and not my cabin home.
And this is where
my vacation home.
This is where you need to experience cold weather.
Okay, all I'm saying
not just like uncomfortably not warm weather.
All I'm saying is that if you're in the heat in Mexico, there's no electricity because it's raining in the middle of the summer, and there's no electricity. It's humid as freaking humid.
Viva Mexico.
And the fridge isn't working, so you can't even put, based off of real experience, by the way, you can't even put ice cubes in your water bottle, so you're drinking warm water in warm weather.
And you're alive. You're alive. You're walking around. You can dump yourself into the ocean. You can find a pool.
In the ocean with electricity, with lightning coming down from the
sky.
Sky?
You're not trapped in the house. That's the difference.
You
at least
bundle up.
In the heat, man, you're not trapped. In the cold, you're trapped, dude. You're trapped.
Up.
You bundle up.
Yes.
You bundle up. Do you know how long you last bundled up in minus 20? You're just talking complete nonsense.
Look, all I'm saying is that at the end of the day, I would rather die of coldness than heat while I'm literally laying there like this, hallucinating because of how hot I am.
Well, you know what? There's a much greater chance you will die of the cold than the heat, given those extremes that you're beaking about.
I'd rather that than to go out hallucinating about Nicki Minaj singing me lullabies.
So I like the cold better for working outside. It's amazing to work in the cold because of your layer stuff and take layers on and put layers off or some variation of those words reorganized. And I like the heat for living.
Well, think about it this way. I've done a number of different sports, okay? And this is how I look at it. I've done winter sports and I've done heat sports. If I had to choose which one to do, if I'm skiing and the sun's out, the snow's still on the ground, And I'm like, oh, I'm actually kind of hot. I go back to the lodge, take off my jacket, and I get back out there. In the summertime, all I want to do is literally get naked because of how hot I am.
You just described a first world experience in the snow in the winter. Just a fun first world experience. We're not talking about fun first world experiences.
I realize.
I love playing hockey on a pond. It's amazing. It's way better than anything I can do in the summer. The outdoor activities in the summer, in the winter, are amazing.
Mm-hmm. So were the indoor ones.
This is all I know. When our ancestors crawled and walked their way out of Africa, they got to places like Siberia, and they were like, nope. There's a reason why there's hardly anybody who lives in those really cold places. Well, the further north that you go in Canada, the less and less people are to be seen for a good reason. Because
valid.
Living year-round in that weather is heinous.
That's valid. But you mentioned
valid.
You mentioned ancestors, right? You mentioned ancestors.
I did.
Here's the thing.
You're giving me hip hop hands there.
Here's the thing.
Okay, Eminem.
Here's the thing, okay?
Yeah.
No, it's a Measley thing. Shout out the Measley brothers, Peyton King and Max Norman. Anyways, you mentioned ancestors, right? Okay. All they had to keep them warm was a fur coat, and that was it. And a leaf.
All right. We're getting off the rails. Would you agree we're getting off the rails?
Yep.
Okay.
But I'm going to stand by my winter.
Yeah. I love winter, but I'm not living in winter full time anymore. That when I came back from the Cayman Islands, and then because I was telling her, I missed the seasons, I missed the winter, and then I worked outside for a bunch of years, and I will never again miss the winter.
All right.
Not for living, man.
Okay, well, next we have...
Barefoot, baby. Barefoot.
Next we have segments, and we have a review and a what if. So for our review, we have a very popular show called Stranger Things. Madish and I begged you to watch it.
Well, we had to wait a bit because when it first came out, you were too small.
Yeah, but when we were like 8 and 9, we were begging you, Dad, can we please watch it? Can we please watch it? And you were like, no, we can't watch it yet. And then when I was 11.
Yeah.
And Madish was 12, around there.
It's somewhere like that.
You finally were like, okay, yeah, we can watch it. And we watched the first episode, and Madish and I loved it. It was so good. We had never watched anything like it. Like, we had seen... we just hadn't seen anything like it. It was just completely out of our comfort zone. And we had just heard so much about it, and we were so excited to finally watch it, and it definitely met our expectations. Yeah,
it's good. It's fun. It's a throwback, It's like a Spielbergian kind of a throwback to the 80s.
Yeah.
So it's really good. It's
That's
fun.
One of my favorite parts about it is because I love a good, like, I guess not period piece, but like a
it's
different...
a period piece, for sure,
okay,
man.
Yeah. Like anything
it's
related to...
got that E.T. vibe, like that kind of...
Like the puffer vests and the...
I watched the first season without you guys because you guys, I got to watch this, we got to watch it. And I, checking it out online, it seemed like, maybe not. And I didn't, it was too old for you when you were little, when it first came out. It was just too old. It was too much. It wasn't so too old. It was just too freaking scary. There was too many things to talk about that you didn't need to have discussed at that age. So it's not for little kids. That's what I'm saying, because we're doing a review, right? So just in case anybody is actually, paying any attention to us or hasn't seen it.
I think for our 12 and up listeners, depending on your maturity level, I'd say if you're a mature 12-year-old,
oh yeah, for sure,
you should watch it because I really do think that it's
some of it's scary.
But it's also really good because it has heart. There's a little bit of romance in it. It's scary. Great
show for parents to watch with their kids. Yep. Because it's definitely totally engaging enough for adults.
It's very inclusive, super inclusive.
Yeah, very inclusive.
It's very funny, shockingly funny.
It's
you wouldn't expect it, kind of funny.
It's a celebration of nerds.
Definitely.
Which is awesome.
And you know what? You would think that it would be one of those shows where it's like, here we go, another season. This is going to be terrible. every time a new season came out, we were like, okay, this is just going to be a
it's
repeat.
Duffer Brothers,
like, yeah. Oh, here we go. It's going to be another season. But no, it truly, like, every season is kind of similar, like, the vibe, but there's always something new to it. Like, it's always something that you wouldn't expect.
Well,
so I really like that.
They don't just bang them out. I mean, there's time in between them. They wait till they have something to say. Mm-hmm. At first, once it got traction, and they could have just kept pumping out seasons, but they didn't. If they didn't have a story ready to go, then you didn't see it for a year or two.
Exactly.
And, I mean, it's been, 3 years now since between 4 and 5?
2021 or 2022?
Yeah, so around 3 years, maybe 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to watch now that all of these kids are in their 50s.
Well, Millie Bobby Brown is a child. She's married. Like,
But I think they've jumped it ahead. I think I read that somewhere. They have jumped it ahead a bit. Yeah, a few years or something. So that it'll help to, because, man, a couple of those are not kids anymore. Because it started 15 years. I'm pretty sure it started in 2015.
It did.
That pops. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So that's 10 years. That's a long time. And then you think it probably was 2014 or even 13, at least 14 though, when those kids started filming it.
Yeah.
And now we're almost to 2016. So, yeah, they were just kids. They were 12 and 13 years old.
Yeah, they were younger than me when the first season came out. And now they're like 10 years older than me.
Yeah. So it's good, for sure. Yeah. It's a great show. A little bit scary, a little bit funny, whimsical.
Super
lighthearted,
whimsy.
But also kind of, there's some violence in it too. Like it's not a lot of blood and severed parts violence, but it's
season 4 was shocking. It was kind of like you watch season 3 and you're like, hey, this is pretty cheesy, and then season 4 it was definitely, they kind of assumed that all of their audience had grown up.
Yeah, good point.
So they were like, yeah, let's just bring it in.
Yeah, because like that Russian prison stuff and
the lab, like when they showed flashbacks and stuff, I was like, what is happening? Like, what?
No, it's good. It's good. It's totally worth seeing. And
one more thing I have to say about it is, a lot of times in shows when they make new seasons, they'll add characters and you're kind of like, this is the character they chose to add. Yeah. But in this show, every time they added a character, I was like, this person suits the group so well.
They added my favorite character last season.
Robin?
No.
Oh no, not Robin.
To any of the seasons, and then, don't want to spoil it.
Eddie Munson.
That's right. He's such a great character.
I had a t-shirt.
He was me and my buddies. Back in the day.
I had a t-shirt that said Hellfire Club on it, because that was super cool to have back then. Like, if you watched Stranger Things and you had a t-shirt that said Hellfire Club on it, you were a cool kid.
You were you? You were fire.
Okay, Dad.
What, if you're mentioning Hellfire Club?
Let's just say it was super whimsy.
I mean, all of those things are awkward to hear a week after they were born. All right, child.
Alrighty. Next, we have a what
highly
if.
Recommended. That's what we're doing here.
Yeah. Like, genuinely a 10 out of 10. Okay, next we have a what if.
Uh-oh.
So, what if you could live in one country in the world, and where would you live? Alright, so I actually have a lot to say about this. Because
is that your catchphrase? You get that on t-shirts and hats?
Yeah.
I actually have a lot to say about this.
Yeah, so basically I'd probably
Do you think the implication is that you have a lot to say about a lot of things? I believe so.
Yeah. It would probably be Greenland. Wait.
Greenland?
Yeah.
Greenland?
Yeah.
You're going to live on a rock? A barren rock?
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, I think is it a continent? Whoa, I'm tripping. I just tripped out for a second.
A barren rock in northern Canada, isn't it?
Yeah. But the reason I want to live on Greenland is because it's beautiful. It's so unbelievably beautiful. Northern lights. All the houses are like little Norwegian hut, like Norwegian architecture, and everywhere you look, there's basically water. It's cold, but it's not like all year round cold. Like it definitely cools off a bit in the spring and the summer.
It cools off a bit. And it's north of the Arctic Circle.
Yeah.
Cools off a bit.
But like it doesn't like sometimes in the summer it doesn't snow all the time. So
I get cools off a bit.
So it's actually perfect.
Yeah.
And like all the houses, you know how when you go to like little Norwegian towns in Seattle, say, and all the houses are like blue and red and green and stuff? It's like that. And the sky, it's not always cloudy, it's blue. The sky a lot of times it's open. And where I would want to live is probably kind of somewhere closer to a town, and it's not very highly populated. Like the population
is there more than one town? One or two towns on
probably
Greenland?
Not.
I wouldn't think so.
And like everywhere you look, there's mountains. It's so unbelievably beautiful. Like the mountains are right there. Oh, I just want to live there so bad.
The sky, the Northern Lights, the Aurora Borealis thing, I think that would be a full-time amazing up there. But man, it's a rock. It's a snow-covered, ice-covered rock.
If you look at photos, the houses aren't like packed together. They're spaced out. Oh, I just want to live there so bad.
Like I don't.
Dad, I've read up on Greenland.
I know, but there's most of it is not those cute little coves and
no, I know.
And people, right?
I know, but I'm just saying I could live in one of those.
Oh yeah, you'd have to. Otherwise, you'd just be living in the Arctic.
Yeah, I just think it's so cool. Like you know your neighbors and like.
Yeah, you
mountains
definitely
everywhere, and
you'd have to get along with everybody.
It's brisk and like ice, and I don't know. I find it so incredibly beautiful.
All right, fair enough. I mean, I'd come and visit you.
Also, think about it this way:
where am I going to get? Where's my creek going to be?
Creek? Are you kidding? Look out! There's mountains everywhere, and clouds, and also think about it this way:
and like 6 trees.
When doomsday comes, when the world is like that, Greenland is the place to be. It's not very populated. It's pretty. It's cozy. It's the place to be.
Wow. I mean, if you say so.
It is. Well,
I think that you're looking at that through a few rose-colored pictures.
I've literally investigated Greenland. I know the ups and downs of it.
But all I'm saying, like it's totally. Why don't you just move to Newfoundland? It's basically the same thing. Because
I don't want to be in Newfoundland. I want to be in Greenland.
Well, it's the same climate. Or not the same climate. It's a little warmer and.
We've already decided that I don't like the warmth.
Mm-hmm.
So, what about you? Where would you like to live?
No, I'm still on this Greenland thing, man. Oh, okay. Like it's interesting. You say that. For me, it would be the Greenland would be tough just because there'd be almost no trees. I don't think there's a whole lot of forest on Greenland. It's a very specific place. I mean, people who love living there would love living there. Like, you definitely will spend a lot of time indoors, and you want to have a good supply of firewood.
Well, also the other thing is that it's working wise, it's good because it's not like there's hundreds, thousands of doctors there. Like, if you wanted to be a doctor, that's a good place to be a doctor.
Oh, I imagine that they could use doctors up there for sure.
Like, I'm sure they need people building houses. I'm sure they need mechanics. Like,
I feel like it would be a more complicated life there than you're imagining. Like those cute little houses and everything. I totally get what you're saying. But I think it could be a very hard life. Like any of those kind of isolated places, like a lot of Alaska, Newfoundland, they do have a beauty to them. I totally agree with you. They're quite beautiful. And the Northern Lights would be outrageous. It's the greatest show on earth. Most beautiful thing I've ever seen in nature is the Northern Lights. So I agree with all of that. But I think the actual day-to-day living would be really difficult there, like hard.
Well, I don't want a place where it's just like I wake up and I roll out of bed and I drive myself to work in my Mercedes and then same thing over and over every day. I want a day where I wake up and it's like, oh, I gotta shovel the driveway, or oh, I need to remember to check my backup generator. Like, I want a day-to-day life where there's always something new happening.
All right.
Like, even if it's a bit, like, scary, like, maybe the news tells me there's a storm coming in, but then it's like, you know what? I have my neighbors, like, I have food. I
think you would find most people there would definitely be the kind of people who can get things done, like capable people. I think it would be hard to be a bumbling derper living there. Like, if you were derping your way around, I think you'd end up, frozen to
20 feet under
a
the
rock
snow.
somewhere. Yeah. All right, cool.
Okay.
Interesting.
What about you?
I don't know.
Like, dream place.
I don't know. It used to be actually Norway. Yeah. Like, for the longest time, I had a picture of Norway on my fridge for years. Paul and I went to Norway, and I fell in love with Norway. Yeah, for a lot of the same reasons you like Greenland, actually, now that I think about it. It's not dissimilar. Super beautiful. A little more woody. The fjords, very, very beautiful, very beautiful, and I like that winter lifestyle too. Yeah. Even though I was going on about the summer, I do like that winter lifestyle too. But I don't think it would be Norway now. I don't know. I'm interested to find a better climate in Mexico and see how that is. To be honest, if I really like Mexico. I like the culture and the people. I'm quite happy there. You're definitely the biggest advocate for Mexico. Yeah. Yeah, there's things about Mexico that are really, really great. I don't think... I think that's... Yeah, it used to be Norway. Now I'm quite happy where I am. The other countries I've been to, wouldn't take over that. And I'm trying to think of one that I haven't been to that I might be amazing. Can't top Greenland, man. No, you can't. No way. That's what I'm saying. It's the place to be. All right, Greenland. I'll come live with you. Alrighty. Done. In our red house. Fine. That's shaped oddly like a barn. All I need is like a little. You know what I need? Space. I don't need very much, man. I'll have a little shack out back. But if we're gonna live in Greenland, the one thing, my shack has to have an attached pathway that's covered to the main house. Yeah. In the other places we talked about, my cabin could be down by the creek, and I don't even want, Yeah. We should not even be able to see each other. But in Greenland, I'm gonna need a runway to the house. Fun fact: when I was like 10 and under, every single Pinterest account I ever owned had a board called Dad's Cabin, and it would have like photos of little huts and tiny little living rooms and stuff, because we would always talk about how I was gonna have this big suburban house with my family and like farm animals and near a forest, and you would live by a creek in your little cabin. I had another pin called Dad's Signs, and it was a bunch of signs that said things like "stay out," "go away." I don't remember that. Because you would always talk about how you wanted your cabin to have signs like that so that my kids wouldn't come over and bang on your door. Even though we both know I would be a big softie and they'd be there all the time. They'd take it as a joke. Yes. Yeah, they would. Yeah. Oh, Grandpa. He's a weirdo. Yeah. All right. All right. I love you. I love you too, Jang, very much. And that was episode the 55th. Fun fact. Another one. Oh, wow. Interesting factoid. Wow. They're just... this one's kind of whimsy, actually. I've been seeing 444 literally everywhere. Everywhere. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is, but it's everywhere. I saw it today on the clock. 444. Last night I happened to wake up at 4 a.m. with 44 minutes. Don't know why. That's exactly... So that would be 4:44? Yeah, 4:44. That's exactly when I woke up, at that exact timing. It was super whimsy. And then yesterday... The Craig. I saw 444. And I've been seeing it on license plates. I love you. I love you. Next time.